Ever wonder what's going on in your dog's head? Spoiler alert, they're sensing things you can't even imagine. From seeing ultraviolet light to hearing sounds that are completely silent to us, your dog is basically a furry superhero. Today, we're diving into the insane world of your dog's senses, things they can see, hear, and feel that are totally beyond human perception. And trust me, by the end of this video, you'll never look at your pup the same way again. Let's get into it. First up, ultraviolet light. Yep, your dog can see UV light, revealing colors and patterns that are completely invisible to us. Imagine walking through a field of flowers. To your dog, those petals might look like a neon light show. UV light also helps them spot things like pee stains or even secret markings on other animals. So, when your dog is staring at nothing, they might actually be seeing a whole other world of UV patterns. But it doesn't stop there. Some scientists believe dogs can use UV vision to track prey or even detect subtle changes in their environment. For example, UV light reflects differently off fresh versus dried urine, helping dogs determine how recent a scent is. It's like they have a built-in CSI kit. Now let's talk about their hearing. Dogs can hear sounds at frequencies way beyond our range. That dog whistle that seems silent to you? To your pup, it's like a high-pitched screech. They're also picking up on ultrasonic frequencies from things like TVs, smoke detectors, and even pest repellers. Sounds we're completely oblivious to. But here's something you might not know. Dogs can also hear infrasound, which are low-frequency vibrations humans can't detect. These sounds travel long distances and can penetrate solid objects, making them perfect for sensing things like earthquakes, avalanches, or even distant thunderstorms. So, if your dog starts acting restless for no reason, they might be picking up on something you can't hear. Dogs are also masters of motion detection. Even the tiniest twitch can set them off. Scientists think this is because they have a specific part of their brain dedicated to processing movement. This is why they're so good at chasing that laser pointer or spotting a squirrel from a mile away. They're basically seeing the world in fast forward when it comes to moving objects. But did you know this skill also helps them read your body language? Dogs can detect subtle changes in your posture, facial expressions, and even the way you blink. So, when you're training your dog, remember, they're picking up on every little movement you make. But let's not forget their most famous superpower, their sense of smell. Dogs can detect scents up to 1,000,000 times better than we can. They can sniff out pheromones, which are chemical signals that reveal emotions like fear, stress, or even attraction. This is why they're so good at comforting us when we're sad or sensing when we're sick. But here's something even more incredible. Some dogs can detect diseases like cancer, diabetes, and even malaria just by smelling a person's breath, sweat, or urine. Scientists believe diseases cause subtle changes in body chemistry, which release specific odors that dogs can pick up on. Think about it. Your dog could literally save your life one day. And then there's their night vision. Thanks to a special layer in their eyes called the tapetum lucidum, dogs can see in the dark way better than we can. This layer reflects light back through their retina, giving them a second chance to absorb those precious photons. It's what gives their eyes that eerie glow in the dark. But here's a fun fact. Dogs also have more light-sensitive cells called rods, which help them detect movement in low light. So, while you're fumbling for the light switch, your dog is navigating the room like a ninja. Here's a weird one. Dogs might have a built-in compass. Some scientists believe they can sense the Earth's magnetic field, thanks to tiny magnetic receptors in their noses or eyes. This could explain why they often spin around before lying down. They're aligning themselves north-south. It's like they have their own GPS. This magnetic sense might also help them find their way home, even if they're miles away. So, the next time your dog seems to know exactly where they're going, they might be tapping into the Earth's magnetic field. Hey, before we move on to the next mind-blowing fact about your dog's superpowers, do us a favor. If you're loving this video so far, give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. It really helps us keep creating awesome content for you and your furry friends. Plus, you'll never miss out on the latest insights into the amazing world of dogs. Now back to the fun stuff. Dogs are also emotional superheroes. They can read our emotions through subtle changes in our body language, tone of voice, and even our scent. When you're happy, they know it. When you're sad, they feel it. Some scientists even believe dogs can smell our emotions through the pheromones we release. But here's something even more fascinating. Dogs might be able to sense subtle energies or auras. Some people believe dogs can pick up on changes in our energy fields, which shift based on our emotional and physical states. So, when your dog seems to know exactly what you need, they might be tuning into more than just your actions or voice. And let's not forget their ability to predict the weather. Dogs can sense changes in atmospheric pressure, which is why they often get restless before a storm. They can also detect infrasound, low-frequency vibrations that humans can't hear, which allows them to sense earthquakes or avalanches long before they happen. But here's something you might not know. Dogs can also detect changes in humidity and electrical charge in the air, which can signal a shift in weather patterns. So if your dog starts acting weird for no reason, pay attention. They might be trying to warn you about something. Now let's get a little spooky. Have you ever noticed your dog barking at seemingly nothing? Some people believe dogs can sense paranormal activity. While there's no scientific proof, their heightened senses might be picking up on faint sounds, smells, or even changes in energy that we can't detect. For example, dogs might react to drafts, ultrasonic sounds, or even the scent of an animal that passed through the area hours ago. So, the next time your dog stares at an empty corner, maybe don't dismiss it so quickly. Here's something you probably didn't know. Dogs can sense heat radiating from objects. While they can't see infrared light like some animals, they can detect warmth through their noses and paws. This skill, inherited from their hunting ancestors, helps them locate prey or cozy spots to snuggle. But it's not just about comfort. Dogs might also be able to detect changes in your body temperature, which could explain why they stick close when you're feeling unwell. So, if your dog curls up next to you on a cold night, they're not just seeking warmth. They might be sensing yours. Dogs have eyes positioned more on the sides of their heads, giving them a much wider field of view than humans. This panoramic vision allows them to see almost everything around them without having to move their heads much. But here's the catch. While their peripheral vision is amazing, their depth perception isn't as sharp as ours. This is why dogs sometimes misjudge distances when catching a ball or jumping onto furniture. Still, their wide field of view makes them excellent at detecting movement from all angles. Dogs have highly sensitive paws that can pick up on even the slightest vibrations traveling through the ground. This means they can sense approaching footsteps, distant thunder, or even the rumble of a truck driving by long before we can hear it. This heightened sense of touch is incredibly useful for dogs, both in the wild and in our homes. It allows them to be aware of potential dangers like approaching predators or even earthquakes, giving them a valuable head start when it comes to reacting to their surroundings. Dogs aren't just great at reading our emotions, they're also incredible at providing emotional support. Their ability to sense our feelings and respond with love and comfort makes them natural healers. Some people believe dogs can even pick up on our energy fields, which change based on our emotional and physical states. This might explain why dogs seem to know exactly when we need a cuddle or a playful distraction. They're not just pets, they're our emotional lifelines. Contrary to popular belief, dogs don't see the world in black and white. While their color vision isn't as vibrant as ours, they can see shades of blue, yellow, and gray. This limited color palette helps them distinguish objects, especially in outdoor settings where blue skies and green grass create contrast. So, if you want to choose toys or accessories your dog will notice, go for blue or yellow. It's like waving a flag in their favorite colors. Dogs have evolved to be masters of motion detection, which is crucial for both hunting and survival in the wild. Their keen senses are finely tuned to pick up even the slightest movements, making them exceptional at spotting potential prey or threats. Their retinas contain a higher concentration of rod cells, which are responsible for detecting movement in low-light conditions. This means that even in the dimmest of lights, dogs can see movements that would be invisible to the human eye. So there you have it. Your dog is basically a walking, barking superhero. From their incredible sense of smell to their ability to see UV light, predict the weather, and even sense your emotions, they're experiencing the world in ways we can only imagine. If you enjoyed this video and learned something new about your furry friend, give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more awesome content about our canine companions. And hey, If you're curious to learn even more about the secret language of dogs, check out our next video where we'll be diving deep into the world of dog body language. You won't want to miss it. Thanks for watching. And remember, your dog isn't just a pet. They're a part of your family. So go give them an extra treat today. They deserve it.